pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop.
And keeping our Purple Pants Podcast coverage of Amazing Race Season 37, Brooke and I are here with the Dungeon Brothers, the winners of Amazing Race Season 37. And Brooke, I have to give my official and my final cuss out of the season to the Dungeon Brothers, because the moment I met y'all last year at the Brice and Wynn Presents finale party, and I looked at y'all and I was like, y'all give me winner energy. And y'all are like, oh, Nola,
We had to lie. The NDA is tight.
I mean, very much so. I mean, when it's worth $1 million, I mean, very much so. I could go on and on and on and on. Brooke, take it over before I just lose my mind and scream, because
here's the thing. I have seen these two gentlemen for the last 2 nights, and we have sufficiently screamed it out and drank it out and partied it out. And
It's true.
I mean, I said to them last night, and I hope that you guys felt it, live in this moment, feel this moment. This is a moment, this is a core memory. I know that sounds stupid, but this is a moment you will remember. I remember, 8 years ago, like it was yesterday. Are you in full on bliss mode today? Has it hit? Is it
We
real?
are, I would
What'd
say
you
cloud
buy?
9, but it's cloud 10. We are so beyond. It's we have been we've been crying on. I cried wept in people's arms more than I have ever wept in people's arms yesterday.
My arms were wet. My arms were wet.
It still is doing, and also talking to people and recapping it and just feeling so much love. We just have not stopped crying and getting emotional and being so happy. It's all the emotions all at once.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's especially this press day, but really speaking to you guys and the podcast that really know. It's so sweet and fun, and it's been overwhelming. I had a complete meltdown last night.
Good meltdown.
Good meltdown. I felt so loved and overwhelmed, but it was it felt like it was my wedding. I don't know. It was.
I get that. And Brooke always says, if you make it long enough in the Amazing Race, there's always a detour. There's always something for you. And that knight in shining art, the way when I was watching that, I had to watch it on a plane. I thought I was going to be on the blacklist and that I could not fly anymore, because when I saw it, I was like, and, how perfect was that?
It was seriously a bucket, I can die happy moment. It was everything, even going up to the castle, we were look at that castle. Even just seeing the castle, driving up to it. So then to put on the suit of armor, then to art, and then to have all these reenactment actors all around us. It was so incredible. I just can't even describe it.
It was the most jealous I've ever been. I mean, heading up to it, we were having an idea, it's gotta be something nightly. And so we were discussing okay, if it's something archery, do you want to do it? Yeah. Do you want to do it? Yeah. And so we were
Rock, paper, scissors.
and
Girl, rock,
unfortunately,
paper, scissors.
fate had its.
Who
fate
throws
had its
paper?
favorite.
What are you doing? Okay, so here's my question. Two
That's
questions.
my go-to, though. I always throw
Your
paper.
go-to is paper because you think people are going to throw rock? There's a logic to rock, paper, scissors. I'm just telling you, you're not
Really?
gonna
Okay, that's
yes.
our game players.
Just saying,
Yes.
it's stupid. 2 things. One, I forgot one. Forget one. I forgot what it was. Don't even care. What is one thing I want exclusive content here? What is one thing you've not been asked today? One thing you haven't told any of your interviews, a new little tidbit for the Purple Pants people.
Whoa.
It could be anything. Just a little something that is a little different for us.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've stumped them.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, I'll tell you something. I have said it today, but it's not too many times. I broke my wrist on the way into the stadium.
Yes, you see it in the clip. Is that why he's farther away from me? Is he rams his hand into this
railing at full speed, and then I'm you see at some point also I'm this on the mat, and then I had to get a medical check, and they were we think it might be broken, but obviously who cares? Best day ever. Like, you got to give something to get something. So,
Do you want to hear
that
something
was-
so funny? The day I got engaged, I fractured my ankle 20 minutes after.
Oh,
Okay,
And tell them
queen,
how,
we're-
Brooke. Tell them
We're
how.
alike.
yeah.
I was on my future nieces. They were all in a park, and I went on the swing set with them. And you know, like you kick your legs to go higher on the swing. Well, I opened my right leg a little too early and smacked the top of my foot on the ground and fractured my ankle in 2 places. And we
Oh,
had to go to
whoa.
my in-laws' surprise 50th anniversary party that night. And I'd not met any of this. I mean, I met them. I had met most of the family. I was in a sock. And I was so drunk on tequila because I
Oh,
refused to go to the
my
hospital
goodness.
because we didn't have time until the next day. So
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
Been there.
was
That's
been there.
insane.
This is not
but-
about me. That's not important. You guys.
But I can tell just from Jack's.
I know
Jack-
what.
Jack
I just thought of
Jack
something.
just thought of something that I know what he's thinking of now, and
We have to sell it.
we have to say
Yes.
it. There is something that happened before we went on the race, and it is the craziest thing that was like put us into the race. We haven't talked about it at all today. There was a man. We were going to like dance or something, and we go to this bodega, and there's an ATM, and we're like, okay, we have to take out. Of course, we're like unemployed. He gets laid off from his job right before the race, and we're like, we don't have that much money. But somebody was like, oh, can you take out some money for me? And we were like, I'm sorry,
A random man.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, dude. Like, we don't have that much. But then he was like, you know what? It's all good. We're all gonna have $500,000 each soon.
Oh
It was
my
What?
so
God.
weird. And you want to know what else? One of my best friends, Indy, who was there last night, her whole family, they swear they're psychic. And kind of I've always been like, okay, I don't know. And she was like, you're gonna win and you're gonna be sopping wet when you win, which is exactly what happened. It was a complete downpour. So
spiritual
something,
stuff.
and if I can say one more story that I thought of,
Please.
now that
We're
you
not
got me
stopping
rolling,
Yeah.
this is just a silly little moment that like we need to tell. So we were on the plane. We were we were in like toward the back of the plane. It lands. Carson really has to
Okay,
go pee.
I have to go pee. Sorry, this is not.
And that's how Jack
Listen,
got sopping wet.
this the
I
Purple
was-
Pants podcast. We
Yeah.
here for it. Go
We're
on.
on
Hop
it.
on.
We
We know the
fully
vibe.
This is good.
unhinged,
We know the
yeah.
vibe. Okay, so I need to go to the bathroom, but I just need to go pee. I go to the back, and there's this girl who's coming out, and I go in that bathroom. I was like, woo! It smelled crazy in there. So I come out of the bathroom, and Jack is looking back. He's like on the other side of the plane, looking back towards me. And I'm just like, as she's sort of like walking, I was like, she pooped or whatever. And I like mouth that. And Jack at the top of his voice while everyone's looking towards him goes, what?
You poo-pooed your pants? I thought he had shot himself in the plane.
And I go, no, everyone. No, by the way. Like, no. Anyway,
It sounds like that wasn't the first time that had happened, given Jack's response. But listen,
I went into parent mode. I was like,
yeah,
we're gonna get this together. We're gonna make it work. So
We'll
yeah,
keep
that's
it-
what-
yes.
never ending.
Oh, I
I
remember
thi-
my other thing.
yes. Come on, Brooke. And,
I was
and
gonna say,
time is of the
I'll-
essence.
Yeah, I'll be fast about it. I was gonna say, remember how Brice was like, okay, so I would talk very fast. So Brice was like, if you stay on the race long enough, something's gonna be for you, and this was for you because it was the knighting and the joust, or whatever. No, I think the beauty of the two of you is that you made everything about, like, you get on an ATV, that's not like a noble steed, but it was for them, and they're gonna ride their noble steed with the mouths wide open and whatever. The jousting, everything came back to Lord of the Rings and Frodo and Sam and their journey, and now I know what that all means thanks to you two, and their
Yeah.
journey and everything. You took every experience and turned it into something that worked for you and that made it benefit you. And it was it could have been annoying, but it wasn't, because you two were just so damn endearing. The casting was pitch perfect. You two were
Oh.
beautiful to watch. It was the perfect ending to the perfect season. It was leaps and bounds, no offense to season 36, but like beautiful and wonderful. And I love that you two had the ability to take any experience, even if it was negative, and turn it into not only something positive, but something so nerdy that it like emanated the two of you, and it was just perfection and beautiful. So I just want to say thank you for making it what it was, which was great, I'm sad it's over. Now,
Well,
sorry.
thank
done.
you so much. That is like so sweet of you to say. I think, yeah, at the end of the day, we like knew like coming into this, seeing like Pops and Jeff's arms, you know, like seeing Nick and Mike, seeing Alyssa and Josiah, like these incredible physical competitors, we knew like that's not going to be our strength. Our strength is our mind. Our strength is the way we think and the way that we can channel and twist our perspectives, and that was one of the ways we did that, right? Is like, how can we turn things that we may be uncomfortable with? Like, I've never driven an ATV, right? But it's Mario Kart. Like, we step into these fantasy worlds all the time, and how can we use our minds to have our bodies follow what our minds are seeing, you know?
And also, I think like being a nerd just means you're like passionate about stuff. And like that was us nerding out, not just about our like nerd stuff, but about The Amazing Race. Like we nerded out about The Amazing Race by taking it with so much silliness. And also, our silliness is us taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
Like that is how we get serious, is like
Get that.
we're gonna have fun, and that's exactly how we're going to do our best. And like if we're not acting silly enough, like that's on us, and that's probably why we go home.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
I loved when you said like stepping into like your fantasy realm, right? Or a fantasy world. Again, I think representation is so important. And especially in this time, in this administration, there is so much being put on our community. And I think that it is so beautiful to see, first of all, your origin story of two young gay friends finding themselves and their friendship.
Lady Gaga's lyrics.
Through
It was
Lady
Yeah.
Gaga,
This
right?
way.
Like it doesn't get much better than that. I just want to know, what is the message that you have to the other young queer people out there that haven't found their Jack or their Carson? And like, what's your message to them in this triumphant, that's a word that I'm making up today, but in this moment
That's a word.
that like, you know, you being yourselves, living in your fantasy worlds, you using your humor to get through things. And I feel like us queer people know we use humor a lot, because if we don't, it would be a sad, sad world. Like, what's your message to the young queer boys out there, or queer people in general?
Yeah, well, it's interesting, yeah, that like queerness to me, there's this amazing Ocean Vuong quote that says like, queerness saved my life. It made me choose alternate pathways. It made me ask, is this enough? Right? And I think that finding alternate pathways and saying, you know what, I can explore. What if my life looks like this? Or what if I can circumnavigate this in a different way? Or what if I'm different than what I thought? Right? That queerness isn't just like for us about, you know, who we are attracted to or who we love, but it's a way of viewing the world. And I think on the race, that queerness saved us from falling into despair when we were at our lowest, right? It made us look around the corner at it at a new perspective, and it saved my life, not just on the race, but it saved my life in real life. For any queer person out there, it's finding those communities who do uplift you through exploring and doing, you know, crazy adventures together. Like, our nerdiness is intrinsically tied in with our queerness, because it's all about exploration. It's all about, you know, furthering yourself and being curious, you know?
Yeah. I think also, like, to that point, like, when you're first coming out, at least for me, and hopefully it's not this way for everyone these days, but like, queerness at first was devastation. And it is so hard to conceptualize when you're in that stage, but like, queerness is now exactly what makes life so good for me. Like, it is exactly why I feel like we have so much fun. Why we have, like, why I feel like I know that like life is about love. And also, I think also just to take away, like, you know, not to toot our own horns too much, but like, heroes come in every shape and size, and
Talk about it.
you can be a hero, and it's not like you are just a hero or you're not. Like, you can develop your own heroism. And I think that is something that you need to be reminded of when you're a young queer person. Like, the hero, maybe you don't feel like you are a hero yet, but maybe one day you can be.
Yeah.
And every day and every bit of acceptance, even small, like, is in pursuit of becoming your ultimate hero that you are. And
in queer spaces, you can find that for yourself, but you can also find people who already do view you that way. Like, I have so much love and respect for Jack. I think he is awesome. So it's easier for him to feel like a hero because I already think he is, you know? Like, you can find that community that does already think that you're that, you know? Like, oh, I'm just gonna cry.
I'm just gonna say it. I love when good people win this show. Like, not only are we now having the third winners, I mean, in 8 seasons, there's been 4, but these are the third winners in a row. Second, gay team, third winners from New York City. And of the last 8 seasons, there's been 4 teams from our great city here. I just love when good people succeed. And you two are the epitome of just wonderful humans. So congratulations.
Yes.
And we cannot wait to see you again and see what you do next. And just welcome to the winner's circle.
Yes. And welcome to your hero era that you've already been in.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All the love. We love you guys. And thank you for like all of your support for us this entire time. It's like, it's just so full circle to talk to you guys like this. And
Yeah, you guys
Love
are
you
like
guys.
literally the best people ever.
We love you and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.